Do you feel like money is holding you back from the life you truly want? Your 20s are the perfect time to take ownership and control to build that foundation for your financial independence. So in today's video, I'm going to talk more about that. So let's get started. So I know it can be very overwhelming, especially when you have so many things out there. For example, student loans, low paying jobs, no one teaching you how to manage money. I've been there and I have a couple tips and tricks on how to manage that because life can be very, very exhausting trying to figure out where you start. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 practical steps you can do in order to take ownership and control those finances. So let's get started. You can't build independence if you do not know where you stand at. So take stock of your income, of your expenses, and any debt that you currently have. So you gotta have some sort of, what's the word, scanning, and analyze exactly what you got right now, what you're working right now. Do you have student loans? Do you have car payments that gotta be made? Do you have student, well, I already said student loans, but do you got some sort of debt, like personal debt? You have business debt. Know exactly what you have, and that's going to help you out knowing where you are at right now. So track your spending for the last 30 days using apps like Rocket, or you can track your own finances like the way that I am currently. And this is one of mine. So I did this on Canva, and what I did is I put here my finance, which month or from which time period, which is January 1st. And what I do is I track all of my expenses. So this is from this is how much I earn. Well, this is what I get, $1,350 per paycheck. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but this is my average. And what I do is I know that I already have divided my income in different categories like debt, myself, retirement, investing, giving, and saving. So on debt, I have to spend 50% of that income. 20% is for myself, 10% is for my retirement, 10% is for investing, 5% is for giving, and 5% is for savings. So I already have this, and if I make this amount, then this is what I should be spending each month, or not each month, but every two weeks, or twice a month, because I get paid not semi-weekly. What's semi-monthly? I get paid bi-weekly, and that means I get paid every 2 weeks. So typically on average, as every 2 weeks is around an estimation of twice a month, which is considered semi-monthly, but just to not complicate myself, what I do is I know that each month I'm gonna get paid twice a month. Sometimes I get paid 3 times a month, but those months rarely happen, so it just depends. So I put down all the things that I spent for that account, and then for the other account I do the same. This is what I do for the month, for the other card that I have, and I like to write down what I spend money on. So on January 1st, I spent at Kroger, which is like a store, and then I put D, which is the category from here, which is debt. I probably spend money on groceries, and it's part of my debt because that's how I like to categorize my spending. And then I went to Marshall's, which is considered M for myself. Perhaps it's for my family members. I typically, whenever I'm buying gifts, I put it in my category of myself, because instead of giving, because the giving part is for foundations that I like to contribute. I do believe in the power of giving back to the community, just because I've been very, very blessed to have a great job. I've been blessed to provide for my family, so I should do the same for other people. So this is a template that I created. So the date, what is it, the category, and the amount. And then as I go, I you know how I put the dates over here? Well, this time I didn't, but I have all the things. Like, for example, I went to Victoria's Secret, In-N-Out, Walmart. I went to Amazon, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, La Michoacana. It's like an ice cream place. I went to the movies, and and this gives me and overlook on the things that I spend my money at. I love to spend money. I'm not going to deny it, but I also need to learn how to properly distribute it, because I can be earning so much money, but all my money is going to Sephora. It might be going to Ulta, to the movies, all the fun stuff, and I do not invest my money. So, and then afterwards, what I do is I put, oh, this is how much I'm supposed to be spending. This is how much I spent, and then at the end I subtract it from this number, and then sometimes I'll be getting some money. So for example, in debt I only spent $3,347, and then I subtract it from the original amount that I can spend on. And then what I got is a surplus of $328. So that's good because I didn't spend much on debt. And then afterwards, I got a negative 79 on myself because I spend more on myself. And that's not a good thing. No, it's actually a good thing, but that means I just need to minimize that. And this month, I definitely will do that because I won't be spending much. And to retirement, I already set those retirement funds into my retirement accounts. So we're good. In the investment side, I didn't invest this period just because in the next period is where I distribute my money. I distribute my money the 15th and the 30th just because it's just easier for me. The money goes immediately to that account. I do that. I love to do those things. And for the giving and the saving, I send that money to another account so I don't see it in my current account, because if I see it, I'm going to be like, ooh, I got a lot of money. And I do believe that you not seeing your bank accounts that have your savings at helps you be less complacent, and it makes you realize that you don't have that much money and you have to work for more. So that is that for that financial little practical tip that I definitely recommend. So another thing is mastering the basics of budgeting. So we already talked about that. I do 50, 20, 10, 10, 5, 5. You can always do that depending on how your lifestyle is. So if it doesn't look like mine, don't worry, because my life is completely different than yours. I don't have kids. You may be having kids. I don't support my parents that much, but you do support your parents, and that's another thing that you have to take into consideration. So watch for that. Another thing is building an emergency fund. And I always talk about this. Just because an emergency fund is for emergencies. Don't think it's for a vacation trip. Don't think it's for a brand new car, the down payment of your house. No, it's for current bills that you may need money for. Let's say that you got laid off, unfortunately, and you need coin. We all need coin at some point in our lives. So instead of calling your mom and dad that you need the help, you should take ownership and understand that that's your life, and that you have to consider, you have to prepare for an emergency. So it should be, your goal should be from 3 to 6 months of expenses. So track your expenses, track what needs to be paid every month, and the things that you don't need to pay and you're currently paying, you should stop them, because that's going to drain your account. Another thing, learn how to tackle your debt. If you have student loans, how are you going to diminish that debt? Do you have a plan? If so, what is it? What are you going to be paying monthly? How long is that going to take you if you pay it monthly? Understand that, because it's so important. If you do that, I can assure you, you're going to be debt free in no time. Start investing early. I love to talk about investing. I love to talk about real estate, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. And it's just the reality of things. I mean, if you start doing that in your early 20s or 30s, what that does is that it gives you the opportunity to have your money be invested. Your time is your greatest asset. It's not money, it's time. So like Albert Einstein said, the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. And when you got time, you got coin. So start investing in your 20s. You're going to be very, very successful. So start with something small. Start with your Roth IRA, and this is a retirement account. It's a tax advantage, and the Roth IRA means that you're currently going to be paying taxes, but once those funds, you're ready to retire and you're ready to get those funds out, you won't be paying any taxes. So that's a good thing. Do it every single month, and I promise you, your funds will grow. And obviously, don't just have your money sit there. Pick those stocks, pick those mutual funds. If you don't know much about investing, that's fine. You don't have to be a pro. Just look on Google and type in best stocks I can invest my retirement on, and it's going to give you a list on the things that you should be investing on. My recommendation is to invest and have your money in there and buy one stock, buy another stock from this company, another stock from this and this, and buy yourself some mutual funds, because those are so important. It's a collection of stocks. It's not individual stocks, it's a collection of stocks. So if one company goes down, the other one's going to go up. So that's very important. Understand your finances, budget like a boss, and build your emergency fund, tackle debt, and start investing early. Remember, financial independence isn't just about the money. It's about creating the freedom to live the life that you deserve. So start today. Your future self will thank you. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult, but with so much planning, everything can be in the correct order that gotta be. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share with a friend who will need this. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll get more financial tips and how to live a better and greater life. So I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.